Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Good afternoon, everyone. So today we will start new chapter called mental factor. So before we talk about mental factor, I want to revive four ultimate truth. We call it Paramata Satcha. And the first one is Chaita, consciousness. Then second one is Cetasika, mental factors, or we can also translate mental functions, because Cetasikas are the functions of the mind. So therefore we can translate as the mental functions. Then next one is the Rupa, matter, material phenomena, and the last one is Nibbana. So they are called ultimate truth or ultimate realities because they cannot change. They are always truth. 2,500 years ago, and the characteristics of Chaita, Cetasika, Rupa, Nibbana. And this year, nowadays also, same, So their characteristics do not change. Also, another 500 years later also, they will not change. So therefore, we call it ultimate truth or ultimate reality. So we already finished the first one, consciousness. So we will study second ultimate truth. So then I want to explain a little bit about Chaita or consciousness. Characteristics of Chaita is the awareness of the object. Chaita or consciousness aware of the object, just awareness, It is not like in mindfulness. Normally, it's not like in mindfulness. It just know it. It is an object. When you are seeing it passing, the Chaita or consciousness just know it. It is an object. When you hear a song or a music, Chaita or consciousness just know it. It doesn't know whether the music is good or bad. Just aware of an object. So Abhidhamma makes special analysis on our experience, such as feeling, perception, volition, desire, etc. Feeling, perception, volition, etc. All these are mental factors. Okay, so today we will start new chapter, mental factor, Cetasika. Before we talk about mental factor, I want to revive four ultimate realities or four ultimate truths. Number one, Chaita, consciousness. Number two, Cetasika, mental factor or mental function. And number three, Rupa or matter, material phenomena. And number four, Nibbana. So these are called ultimate truth because they are always truth. So their characteristics will not change anytime and ancient time, or in the future and right now. So their characteristic will not be changed. Look at the matter of rupa. These material phenomena are always changing. So the characteristics of this material phenomena is changing, transformation. So right now also this body is changing its characteristics. And also in the future, 100 years later or 100 years before, the body or other people also changing, So the its characteristic do not change. It's always truth. So therefore, these four are for ultimate reality, Paramata Satcha. So the first one I want to talk about a little bit, Chaita, consciousness. Its characteristic is awareness of the object. Chaita or consciousness aware when it encounter with the internal senses, have contact with the external object. There is awareness, there is knowing, bare knowing. So Abhidhamma trying to analyze mental experiences such as feeling, perception, volition, desire, craving, etc. So among these mental experiences, Chaita or consciousness is a principal element in our experience. So therefore, consciousness play an important role, but knowing here means just bare knowing. Suppose if my eye has contact with outside object, there is knowing, bare awareness. But I do not know if consciousness alone does not know who you are, what it is, like that. Just bare knowing as an object. The mental factor will play an important role to experience everything, to know everything, to have a complete knowledge about an object. So, Chaita or consciousness, bare knowing an object. You have a question?
More or less answer. I just want to clarify. So, for example, if a person is blind, he will not have chitta or vision.
You're right. Because even though there is a visible form, he doesn't have eye sensitivity. Because of that, so there will be no eye consciousness. Then he can hear, So there will be ear consciousness. Okay, so second one is Cetasika or mental factor. Cetasikas are mental factors or mental functions that influence the Chaita or consciousness. Cetasika, according to Theravada Abhidhamma, we will have a 52 Cetasika. So those Cetasika will influence our consciousness, our Chaita. Chaita is compared with the water. The water has no color. Cetasikas are compared with the color. So those color will determine the color of Chaita. When you put color in the water, so the color of the water will change, right? When you put red color, water become red. When you put blue color, water become blue. Depending on the color you put, the color of the water will change. So similarly, Chaita or consciousness The characteristics of citta is just bare awareness of an object. You don't have any like or dislike. You don't have any type of negative and positive thinking. Just bare awareness. The Cittasika will determine the color of the mind. So therefore, maybe I will give you an example. Anger and loving kindness, so they are Cittasika. They are Cittasika. Anger makes the mind hot. When you have anger in your mind, then the mind becomes very hot. When you have loving kindness, it's peaceful. The mind is cool. So here, anger and loving kindness, they will make different the outcome of your mind. So here, the consciousness, the Buddha said that Papasara midam bhikkhave idam chaitan. The Buddha said this mind is radiant, and also this mind is the consciousness itself is pure. Only you put anger, loving kindness, and other Cittasika, so your citta or your consciousness will become different. So therefore, in our mind process, Cittasikas play an important role. Because of those Cittasikas, the outcome of the mind became different. So therefore, learning Cittasikas are very important. If you know Cittasika, you will know Buddhist and also Buddhist psychology or Buddhist philosophy regarding with the mind, mental philosophy. So therefore, according to Buddhism, maybe I will give you one example from the suttas. Depending on the I and form something to see, I consciousness arises. I consciousness arises. Here, I is a physical form, and visible object also physical one, right? I also matter, rupa, and physical form also rupa. Because of these three, I consciousness arises. Somebody do not have an I sensitivity, will not have an I consciousness. So therefore, here you have I, something to see, you have I consciousness. So you cannot say your I consciousness whether it is kusala or akusala, whether bad or good, right? So therefore, in the first chapter we learned that I consciousness is ahituka, rootless. You don't have any lobha by that time. You don't have any dosa by that time. You don't have any moha by that time. No root, right? In other words, you cannot say the moment you have I consciousness, you have kusala or akusala, right? It's bare knowledge of visible form, no? That is consciousness. Then the Buddha said that the meeting of the three is called contact. I, normally we always say I contact with visible form, right? Normally see. So the contact is a Cittasika. Because of contact, you have a feeling. You will experience pleasant, either pleasant or unpleasant or neutral, you know. You will experience it. That's called feeling. Later we will have to learn in details. Feeling is not an emotional one. It is just mental sensation. You experience an object. When the object is good, unpleasant experience. When an object is not good, unpleasant experience, like that, right? With the contact as condition, there is feeling. With the feeling as condition, there is craving. Normally, when we experience pleasant things, we crave for it, right? We crave for it. So this is a mind process in the suttas, very simple one, very simple one. You have I, then there is a visible object. The meeting of these two will cause arising of I consciousness. The meeting of the three is called contact, right? The moment you have I consciousness, you cannot say whether it is good or bad. Even the moment you have a contact feeling, you cannot say whether it is good or bad. So good or bad will determine the craving level. Craving level. So therefore, when you look at this mind process, you will see that contact, feeling, craving are mental factor, cetasika. So those mental factors will determine the outcome of the mind, outcome of the citta. If there is no awareness, that me, awareness me, citta. If there is no awareness of the object, there will be no contact. There will be no contact with the object. So here, contact is not a physical one. It is a mental contact, So that means if there is no awareness of an object, you don't have any contact. I will give you a clear example. You are sitting right now. If you are listening what I'm talking attentively, you don't have any awareness of the contact between your body and the chair, right? When you are listening to me, actually your body and chairs are touching physically. But when you have attention to other things like learning or music or movie, you don't have any contact with the chair. Physically, of course, you will contact with the chair, but mentally, no. So here, contact, what we mean contact here is a mental one, not a physical one. So therefore, if you do not have awareness of a contact between your body and chair, so there will be no mental contact, right? No mental contact. If there's no mental contact, there will be no feeling, no craving, etc. etc. Okay, up to now, any question? No question, okay. Now, I want to talk about, before we learn 52 cetasika, I want to talk about overall characteristics of cetasika. Characteristics of cetasika. Even though citta or consciousness is the leader or the forerunner of all mental factor, both citta and cetasika will arise together according to Abhidhamma. According to Abhidhamma, even though we always say that citta is the leader of forerunner, but actually, even though the citta is the leader, citta and cetasika arise together. In Pali, Cakkapala. Here, in earlier mind process, I, visible form, I consciousness. Then after that, contact, right? Feeling. So when you look at that, what the Buddha taught, you might think that I consciousness arrives first, right? No. According to Abhidhamma, as soon as your eye see an object, there is a contact, I consciousness, contact, feeling, they rise together. They rise together. And also they will cease together. So actually we have three mind movement, Chaita and Chaitasika, they have a shorter lifespan. They have a 3 sub-mind movement. Arise and stay for a while and disappear, disappear. So very short, So they arise together, they cease together. When the Chaita arise, Chaitasika also arise. When the Chaita disappear, and Chaitasika also will disappear. 2 characteristics, right? 2 characteristics. And third one, they take the same object. They take the same object. Here, I consciousness take an object of visible form, right? Visible form. Contact, feeling, craving, also they take the same object, visible form. They take the same object. They take the same object. So that means I consciousness arise, taking visible form object. And contact, feeling also, they take visible object, same object, right? Same object. It doesn't mean I consciousness take visible object and contact take another object. No. So that is very take the same object. Eka lampana. Another one is have the same base. Have the same base. So we have a 6 base according to Abhidhamma. It is nothing but eye base, ear base, nose base. Chaita and Chaitasika, they arise based on something, based on eye, based on ear. Some Chaita Chaitasika arise based on nose, tongue, and body. And also another base is mind base. Another one is heart base. So that means when Chaita base, eye, sensitivity, Chaitasika also will base here. When consciousness based on ear sensitivity, ear base, and Chaitasika also will use the same base. So these are the 4 characteristics of Chaitasika. They will arise together, they will cease together, they will take the same object, they will have the same base. When you do not understand the base, don't worry, so we will have to learn. And next chapter. We have a 6 base. We call it eye base, eye base. Based on the eye, we have Chaita and Chaitasika. Some Chaita and Chaitasika will arise. Based on the ear, you will have 46 Chaita and Chaitasika will arise. Like that. So these are the 4 characteristics of Chaitasika. So when you talk about arise together, cease together. So they arise together. The second one is cease together. Why we are talking this? When we talk about Chaita Chaitasika, they arise together. Full stop. Right? Why we are saying cease together? They cease together. It is important that. So second characteristics will exclude the matter born of mind, the matter born of karma. So there are some matters arises based on the mind, some matter arises based on the karma. So by saying second characteristics cease together, you're trying to exclude some of the matters. Because Chaita and Chaitasika, they arise together, they will cease together. But some matters, material phenomena, that arises based on the mind, stay going on. Because the lifespan of the mettas are longer than Citta and Cittasika. Citta and Cittasika. So they last 17 mind movement. 17 mind movement. As I earlier said that the mind, in other words, Citta and Cittasika, they have 3 sub-mind movement lifespan. Arise together, stay for a while, and then they disappear. That is one mind movement. But the rupa or mettas, their lifespan is longer, 70 times longer than Citta and Cittasika. Let me see for a while. Even though Citta Cittasika disappear, arise together, disappear, but some of the material phenomena stay going on. Stay going on. Maybe I will give you an example. Eye, something to see. Then eye consciousness will arise. Eye consciousness will arise. Consciousness is Citta, right? Then together with it, we will have a contact feeling. Contact and feeling are Cittasika. Consciousness, eye consciousness, contact, feeling, they arise together. So their lifespan lasts only 3 sub-mind movement. Sub-mind movement. They arise, stay for a while, disappear. But there are some mettas or material phenomena that arise together with eye consciousness. That arise together with the eye consciousness. Together with the contact, together with the feeling. We call it born of mind or Citta Rupa. Born of mind, Citta Rupa. So those material phenomena, they do not cease together with the Citta and Cittasika because they last 17 mind movement. One mind movement, Citta Cittasika disappear because they last only one mind movement. Then after that, material phenomena or rupas that arise together with eye consciousness, together with contact feeling, they are still going on. They are continuing. So they were less anti-17 mind movement. So that means material phenomena, born of mind and karma, they were not ceased together with the Citta and Cittasika because they have a longer lifespan, right? Longer lifespan. Then I will give you an example. After listening music, you feel very happy, right? And all your physical phenomena also will change when you are happy. When you are seeing somebody, you laugh, you feel very happy, right? Your facial expression, your bodily expression will change. So these are the material phenomena in your body, in your face, arises because of ear consciousness. Because you see somebody you like, right? Together with ear consciousness, eye consciousness, or ear consciousness, you have physical phenomena or rupas. So they arise together with the Citta and Cittasika, right? Citta and Cittasika. But when Citta and Cittasika disappear, rupa or material phenomena were not done yet. They stay going they are still going. Anti-17 mind movement. 17 mind movement. So therefore, by talking second characteristics, cease together, me, Citta, Cittasika, they cease together, they stop together, but material phenomena arising together with them will stay continue. So therefore, second characteristic is important. because it excludes some of the, especially the matters or material phenomena. Suppose, I will give you another example. Another example. Then you eat a good food, right? There is a contact between your tongue and the food, right? The food is the physical one. Your tongue also physical one. Then, because of the meeting of two, will cause tongue consciousness. Together with the tongue consciousness, we will have a contact. You have a feeling. If the food is good, pleasant feeling. If the food is not good, unpleasant feeling. If the food is neutral, neutral feeling, right? So that means tongue consciousness, contact feeling, they rise together. As soon as your tongue and the food have a contact, you will have a physical phenomena. Physical phenomena. So those physical phenomena arise together with the tongue consciousness, contact and feeling. Right? Even though tongue consciousness and contact and feeling disappear, but material phenomena stay continue because they have longer lifespan. We call it, so their lifespan is 70 mind moment. One mind moment have 3 sub-mind moment. Arising, stay for a while, then disappear. Very short, very short. So therefore we talk about second characteristics. Citta, Cittasika cease together, but material phenomena that arise together with them will continue, stay continue. Okay, question?
Oh, my question is just
Can you use microphone because we want to record? Yeah.
I'm just asking for examples for the mind matters. I think you answered already.
Oh, yeah, you already answer. Okay, no need, because he want to ask. So therefore, I taught to you to stay for a while. Question.
Yeah, sorry. So based on Bhante's your example on taste and food, could you give the example of what could have come out from the bond of mind?
Or bond of mind.
Yeah. The example of eating with the taste.
Oh. And most obvious one is you have a saliva, right? Saliva have physical one, material phenomena. That causes because of the contact between food and your tongue. So generally, of course, it's very difficult to see. There will be material phenomena. I think in this case, eating the food, I think even the Dada can explain very well. Because after eating the food, you will have a energy in your mind, right? Those energy will be material phenomena. Sometimes we call it nutriment, right? So those are material phenomena because of the food, right? So those material phenomena will arise together with your mind. Maybe I will give you better example, better example. Somebody talk to you unpleasant way, Somebody criticize you or somebody use harsh speeches to you. After hearing that, ear consciousness. Then there will be contact, feeling, unpleasant one. Based on that, you have anger, right? Anger. Normally, anger. When you have anger, based on that anger, you will have physical changes in your face. Physical changes in your face, in your body, sometimes shaking, right? If your body is so strong and shaking. Your sound also will be shaking like that. Those physical phenomena are born of the mind or consciousness, right? Born of the mind. So some physical phenomena because of our karma. So you think that your face 3 years ago and right now, you may think that it's the same. Not the same, The physical phenomena in your face changing all the time. But when new physical phenomena arise in your face, but your face look like the same because of your past karma. Right? Past karma. Our physical phenomena normally do not change so much, obviously. These are, we call it karma-born material phenomena. So those material phenomena in your body, like your body, right? Your ear, your nose, look like the same, right? Since you are young, So those material phenomena will not change because past karma. Then one time you think that you don't like your one part of your body, then you remove that one and change new one by plastic surgery, right? So that physical part may not be the same. So undergoing plastic surgery is a new karma, new karma. Because of your action, your physical part change, change like that. So there are some physical phenomena or physical phenomena arises because of the karma, because of your action in the past. If you undergo plastic surgery, present karma, right? Present karma, present action. Okay. Any question? Okay, so third one. So the first one is Chaita Chaitasika, they rise together, right? Second one, they cease together. Then third one, they take the same object. So here, eye consciousness and contact and feeling, they take the same object. So this one also important because it talk about Chaita, Chaitasika and Rupa are not the same. Because only Chaita, Chaitasika can take an object. Material phenomena cannot take an object. Your body cannot take an object. Actually, your body cannot take the sound. Your body cannot take anything, just the mind, just the mind. So therefore, this characteristics talk about exclude two type of matters, two type of rupas. One is bodily intimation. Bodily intimation means movement of the body. And vocal intimation is movement of the soul. I'm talking. I have a lot of vocal intimation. My body is moving. That's a bodily intimation. Normally, these bodily intimation and vocal intimation or movement arises because of the Chaita and Chaitasika. I want to talk. There is Chaita and Chaitasika arise first. Then I want to move. I want to use my body language. That's my mind, Suppose I think that, movement of the body is not good for monk. then I try, I control. You know, the desire to control, that's the mind, right? The mind. Then I do not do any movement. So what I want to say is bodily intimation, bodily movement, and vocal intimation, the Buddha says, they arise because of the mind, because of the mind. So, Chaita Chittasika, those bodily and vocal intimation arises together with the Chitta and Chittasika. Chitta and Chittasika. Chitta and Chittasika, they arise together. Bodily intimation and vocal intimation, they arise together. Number one, they arise together. Also, they cease together. They cease together. So according to Abhidhamma, bodily intimation and vocal intimation, even though they are matters, they have the same lifespan as Chitta and Chittasika. Chitta and Chittasika, their lifespan has only 3 sub-mind movement, In other words, one mind movement. And bodily intimation and vocal intimation, they also less only one mind movement. That's according to Abhidhamma, according to Abhidhamma. So their lifespan is same as Chitta and Chittasika. So therefore, those 2 types of intimation, they will arise together with the Chitta and Chittasika. They will cease together with the Chitta and Chittasika, right? But they don't have this. They do not have this number 3 characteristics, because Chitta Chittasika can take an object, but bodily and vocal intimation, they cannot take an object, because it is the rupa. Any rupa cannot take an object. Only Chitta and Chittasika does. So therefore here, these 2 matters arise together and cease together with the Chitta and Chittasika, but they cannot take any object because they are rupas. Any rupa cannot take an object. Any object. So therefore, even though they arise together, they sit together with the Chitta and Chittasika, they cannot take an object. So therefore, the 3rd characteristics trying to exclude 2 matters, bodily and vocal intimation. You understand? Understand? If you do not understand, then I can explain again. Question? Huh? Do you have a question? No. Here, question.
I understand matter, rupa. I thought I missed something. Isn't our eye, rupa, our physical eye, our ear, not classified as rupa?
We have 28 rupas. So we have a 28. Actually here, in the 6th chapter, we have to learn 28 matters. Eye sensitivity is 1 matter. Ear sensitivity is 1 matter. And nose, tongue, the body sensitivity is 1 matter. And the sound is matter, the form is matter, etc. So we have a 28. How can I say? Something that is not Chitta and Chittasika, we can call it matters. Everything what we see also matters. Everything what we hear also matters. Even the food matters, right? Matters. Or material phenomena. Okay, maybe just take as an example, as the eye sensitivity. This is a matter. Maybe I was reading, I was reading attentively in my room. Somebody knocked the door. Door. Loudly. Knocked the door loudly. I have ear, ear, and there's a loud sound, very, very loud sound. But I do not have any awareness. My mind go to reading, right? So even though I have ear sensitivity, my ear is very good. Then loud sound, but I do not hear because I do not have awareness or consciousness. My mind go to reading, right? So that means even though we have ear, sometimes we do not hear, some sound because we don't have awareness, right? So so therefore, eye sensitivity, ear sensitivity, they are matters or material phenomena, right? So here, two material phenomena, bodily and focal intimation. So they also have only one mind movement. Their lifespan lasts only one mind movement, similar to Chitta and Chittasika. They arise together with the Chitta and Chittasika, but they cannot take an object. So therefore, by saying about three characteristics, we try to exclude two intimation matters, material phenomena. Okay. Then number four, so Chitta and Chittasika have the same base. So when Chitta arises, based on the eye base, and Chittasika also were based there. When Chitta base ear sensitivity and ear base, also Chittasika also were based there. So the last characteristics indicate that if a Chittasika had the first three characteristics, it also have the same base. If Chitta or Chittasika have earlier three characteristics, and they also have the same base. So therefore, we call it four characteristics of Chittasika. They will arise together, they cease together, they take the same object, they have the same base. Four characteristics. So by learning four characteristics, we can clearly understand that consciousness, Chitta and Chittasika, they are not different. They are the same. What we call it the mind, What we call it the mind. They are not two different things. But to learn about our mind, we try to differentiate between Chitta and Chittasika. When you look at four characteristics, I think you can make a final conclusion. They are the same, because they arise together, they cease together, right? But we want to clarify the function of the mind. Therefore, we try to clarify or categorize two different categories, as a Chitta and Chittasika. Normally, they are the same. Therefore, when you look at Satipatthana Sutta, we have a Chitta Nupassana, right? Contemplation of the mind. Even though the Buddha used the word Chitta Nupassana Chitta, some people translate as a consciousness, contemplation of consciousness. I say it's not correct, because there, Chitta indicate not only consciousness, but also Chittasika. Because we have a lobha, right? When you have a lobha in your mind, you have to contemplate there is lobha in my mind. When you have a dosa in your mind, you have to contemplate that there is dosa in my mind. Lobha, dosa, moha are Chittasika, right? Chittasika. So therefore, when you look at the sodas, the Buddha sometimes use Cetasika, sometimes the Buddha use Chaita. So they are not different. But we want to know the nature of the mind clearly, so therefore we're trying to identify two separate entities, Chaita and Cetasika. Okay, so now let's talk about 52 Cetasika, 52 mental factors. According to Theravada Abhidhamma, because Mahayana Abhidhamma will say different numbers, different numbers. They will have a 50, sometimes they will have 50, sometimes they will have a 51 or 47 like that. So there will be different number. But according to Theravada Abhidhamma, we will have a 52 mental factors. According to their natures, so they are clarified into three broad categories. Number one, command to the others. Inya samana, command to the others. And you can look at page number, You don't have this book? Whenever you come to the class, you bring this one. Those who haven't got this book, we can give it to you. You can look at 79. You look at 79. So we're trying to clarify 52 Cetasika into three broad categories. Number one, Inya samana. Bhikkhu body, he will use ethically variable factors. Bhikkhu body, he will use that one. But I prefer to use the word command to the others. Command to the others is a literal meaning. Literal meaning. Later I will explain the reason why. 30 Inya samana, 40 akusala, and 25 sobana. If you remember in Pali, much better. Inya samana, 30 Inya samana, 40 akusala, and 25 sobana. So here, when you look at this three broad category, you will see that the last one, beautiful factor, good Cetasika. And second one, unwholesome factors, bad one, bad Cetasika. And number one is neither wholesome or unwholesome. It associates with both good and bad, right? Both good and bad. In the first chapter, you already learned 12 akusala chaita, right? 12 akusala chaita. So here we have a 40 akusala cetasika. In the chaita, we will have a 59 sobana, right? 59 sobana chaita, beautiful chaitas. But here we will have a 25 beautiful factors. In the chaita, we have 80 ahetuka, right? 80 ahetuka. We will have a 30 command to the others. So 30 command to the other is similar to ahetuka, very similar to ahetuka. Okay. So let's talk about command to the others. Inya samana cetasika are command to the others. So here, others here means chaitas. It is command to the chaitas. Command to the chaitas. It is similar to the chaita. If the counterpart chaita is good, and Cetasika also good. If Ceta is bad, Cetasika also bad. So therefore, command to the other Cetas, or similar to the other Cetas. So that means if the Ceta is akusala, Cetasika also akusala. If Ceta is sobana, Cetasika also sobana. Command to the others. Bhikkhu body use ethically variable Cetasika. Ethically here means a good ethic and bad ethic, right? Depending on ethic variable. Right? It means that they associate with 30 Inyasamana Cetasika, where associate with good and bad Cetas. It can associate with the good and bad Cetas. It depends on the Ceta, right? If Ceta is good, and Cetasika also will be good. If Cetasika is bad, Cetasika will be bad. Bhikkhu body use Inyasamana as the ethically variable factors. Okay. So Inyasamana are subdivided into two group. So the first one is, we call it universes. 7 universes. Sabba Ceta. Sabba means all. Ceta means Ceta. Sarana means association. Universal Cetasika associate with all Cetas. So we have 7 universal Cetasikas that associate with all Cetas. So that means we have 89 Cetas, right? We already learned 89 Cetas. So wherever Ceta arise, those 7 universal Cetasika will arise. One of them is contact, feeling. When you look at, based on the eye and visible form, eye consciousness arise, right? Eye consciousness arise. Eye consciousness is Ceta. Together with the Ceta, you have a contact, feeling, right? So contact and feeling are universal one. When you hear a sound, ear consciousness. Then contact and feeling. So wherever Ceta arise, those 7 universal Cetasika will arise. So they associate with any Ceta. So later we will have to learn. And second one is occasionals, Pakenaka. We call it Pakenaka. 6 Cetasika. So their association with the Ceta is mixed. Sometimes we use it miscellaneous. That they are found only in particular type of consciousness or Ceta, not all. Not in all. So these Cetasika arise occasionally. So that means 6 occasional Cetasika were not associated with all type of Cetas. They were associated with only some, only some. Occasionally. Therefore we call it occasional, 6 occasionals. Okay. So we will talk about 7 universes first. 7 universal first. Look at page number 89, right? 89. No, 89. 79, sorry, 79. No, you're correct. 79. 7 universes, right? 7 universes. Contact. Phassa, feeling, vedana, perception, sanya, volition or motivation, chetana, and one-pointedness, ekaggata, and light faculty, jivitendriya. So there are 7 universes. When you have your I consciousness, those 7 universes also will rise together. But in the Sutta, the Buddha just mentioned only feeling and contact, right? Feeling and contact. In other places, of course, the Buddha will use all these one, some of them. Most importantly, when the Buddha talk about paticca samuppada, depending on origination, the Buddha will use this one, contact. Sankhara paccaya vijnana, because of sankhara, consciousness arise, right? Because of consciousness, the nama rupa arise. Nama rupa, right? We call it mentality and materiality, right? Mind and body. So in the Sutta, the Buddha mentioned, especially number 1, 2, contact, feeling, perception, volition. 7, attention. So the Buddha mentioned contact, feeling, perception, volition, and attention. So according to Abhidhamma, these 7 cetasika, they were associated with any type of cetas. Wherever ceta arise, they will arise together. They will cease together, right? So in the Sutta, in the earlier Sutta, the Buddha just mentioned only contact and feeling, right? Contact and feeling. By that time, you will still have a perception. I, visible form, I consciousness, right? I consciousness. I consciousness is ceta. Because of that, contact will arise, feeling will arise, perception will arise. You will perceive. What is it, right? You will perceive about the object you see. And also, you see something that is because of volition or motivation in your mind. No motivation, no volition in your mind, no way to see, right? I'm reading the book in the room with the full attention, all my attention, all my volition, motivation in the book. Somebody knocked the door loudly. My ear is good, but I do not hear, right? No motivation, right? Because I'm full of motivation in the reading. And also, the moment you see something, your mind focus on one thing, focus on that. That is one-pointedness. Your mind pointed to that object. So there is a one-pointedness. Attention. Without attention, you cannot see. Without attention, I cannot hear, right? I cannot hear. But how about light faculty? Light faculty is very important in Abhidhamma. You cannot see so much in the suttas. Light faculty will take care of Citta and Cetasika that arise together with this. Light faculty trying to take care of it associated Cetasika. We have two types of light faculty: mental light faculty and physical light faculty. Actually, in our body, we have light faculty because our body is stay continuing. Just like that, light faculty will take care of every Citta and Cetasika that arise together with together with him, together with it, like faculty. So I will explain later part. So now we'll talk about contact a little bit further. What is contact according to Abhidhamma? Contact here doesn't mean physical contact. As I earlier said that your body is touching the chair. Sometimes you do not know, right? Touching of your body and chair because you have attention to other things. So here, contact here means not a physical one, it is a mental one. It is a rather the mental factor by which consciousness mentally touches the object that has appeared, thereby initiating entire cognitive process. So when you look at what the Buddha taught in the suttas, quite often, eye, something to see, eye consciousness arise, then contact, right? After contact, you have a follow-up mental activities, just like a feeling, craving, etc. Thereby, because of contact, the contact initiate entire cognitive process. So contact, it is compared with seeing somebody eating a sour fruit, like a lemon, orange, etc. So if you see, if you see with your eye, right? Your eye. So saliva will come, saliva, that be saliva from your mouth. Because actually you're not eating, right? You're not eating the fruit. The fruit do not touch your tongue physically. But saliva come out from your mouth. It means there's a contact. Because of contact, mental contact. You see this one, somebody is eating sour fruit. Then saliva come out from your mouth. Because of physical contact, not a mental contact, right? Sorry, because of the mental contact, not a physical contact. Similarly, in the discovery, we normally see that a lion, ran after a rabbit, Then, when we are seeing, lion is reaching, a rabbit, our mind, shaking, shaking. Actually, we are not running in front of a lion, but our heart shaking because of mental contact, right? We see a rabbit is running, scare in our mind, right? Scare in our mind. That's because of mental contact. So then look at what the Buddha taught. Eye sensitivity, simply an eye, visible found object, something to see, and eye consciousness will appear. Meeting all the three, eye sensitivity, visible form, and eye consciousness, is called contact. Here, contact is a mental contact, mental contact. Because of contact, you have a feeling. After seeing somebody you like, pleasant feeling. Based on pleasant feeling, you will feel very happy, right? Then after seeing somebody you don't like, unpleasant feeling. Based on unpleasant feeling, you will have a anger and also irritation, etc. A lot of mental activities. We call it sankhara, sankhara. Mental activities. Mental activity can be anything, good or bad. Some mental activity negative, some are positive. So this is a simple mind process, After ear consciousness and contact and feeling, they rise together normally. Here, contact and feeling, so they are universal mental factors, universal cetasika. Here, even though the Buddha used only 2 contact feeling, according to Abhidhamma, 7 universal will arise together with unconsciousness. So you have to understand that. Contact is important to understand because when you study dependent origination, we have contact as a one factor, right? One factor. Depending on the 6 sense bases, contact arises. Sense bases. Eye base, ear base, nose base, tongue base, body base, and heart base. Altogether 6 bases. Based on those bases, you will have, and those bases and other external one have contact, right? So contact, because of that, contact arise. Contact is conditioned by both 6 internal bases and the other 6 external bases. In dependent origination, dependent on contact, feeling arise, right? Dependent on contact, feeling arise. Okay, any question regarding with the contact?
Bhante, in the beginning of this lesson today, you define citta as awareness of the object, right? Then a few slides later, you say that if citta is bad, then the cetasika will be bad. Similarly, if the citta is good, then the cetasika will be good. So, between the first definition and this one, I mean, it contradicts, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Contradict. You're right. Actually, this is just, we're trying to define, we're trying to give the name, give the name. Normally, cetasika will differentiate outcome of the citta. Actually, but when we want to clarify the nature of the mind, so we use citta and cetasika, as a different entity. But actually, as I earlier said, that they arise together, they cease together, and they have the same object, and they have the same base, right? Basically, they are the same, So therefore, when all the water go to the ocean, you cannot differentiate which water is come from the Ganges River, which water come from the Singapore River, like that, right? Just like that, so we cannot differentiate normally whether it is mind or cetasika. But for the convenience sake, we're trying to identify, the Buddha trying to see, citta, cetasika as a different entity. They are together normally. But even though we are saying lobha as a cetasika, sometimes we also say lobha citta, right? Lobha citta, like that. So what I want to say is, it does not contradict, they are the same. Normally, they arise together, they have the same base. To know the nature of cetasika, we trying to say that cetasika are like a color, color. It differentiate the outcome of the cettas. Okay, any question? No question. Maybe we'll talk about feeling. In the dependent origination, the Buddha said that dependent on contact, feeling arises. As we earlier said that according to Abhidhamma, contact, feeling, so they are universal Chaitasika, right? They arise together with Chaita. So that means, when you look at dependent origination, you might think that because of after contact, feeling arise, right? Normally people think that in such a way. No. As soon as you have a contact, you have a feeling. Contact and feeling, they will arise together, you know? They will arise together. That's very important to understand. Feeling, Vedana experiences the object. The object. It is not an emotional aspect of the mind. It is not an emotional aspect of the mind. Normally within that, feeling happy, feeling unhappy, right? Feeling happy, feeling unhappy. Happiness, unhappiness is the emotional aspect of the mind, right? But feeling is not like that. Pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling. So when you are eating the food, good food, pleasant feeling. So then you like it. You like it. You crave for it. You crave for it. Then craving for the food is emotion, you know? Emotion. Pleasant taste is a feeling. So because of pleasant feeling, you will have a lobha normally. People have a lobha. Greed, craving. But if you eat mindfully, if you eat the food mindfully, you don't have a lobha. You don't have a lobha. You just taste it's pleasant, that's all, you know? That's all. But when you are eating unpleasant food, unpleasant experience, unpleasant feeling, right? Unpleasant feeling. Based on that, you don't like it and you hate it. Hatred or anger will arise, right? Anger is emotion aspect of the mind. Unpleasant sensation is not an emotional aspect. If you eat mindfully, even though the food is not good, you don't have any anger, right? Any anger. You just know it is unpleasant sensation. That's all. That's all. So therefore, mindfulness is the tool to remove your negative and positive, either negative mental factor, right? Negative mental state. So that means feeling is not an emotional aspect of the mind. It is just a mental sensation, not a physical sensation, no? Which arises in contact with the pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral experiences. So therefore, we will have a three type of feeling, right? Pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, and neutral feeling. With the arising of contact, feeling, or sensation simultaneously arise. They arise together. It cannot be stopped by any power or forces or supernatural being. Knowing the nature of contact and feeling, you will know that there is nobody to control it. It happened because of many conditions, right? Because of eye, something to see, ear, something to hear, like that. Because of those conditions, feeling arise, not because of anything. Nobody can stop that feeling or mental sensation. So this feeling associated with all type of chaita, all type of chaitas. Maybe I'm going to go a little bit further. we have 6 classes of feeling according to Vibhanga Sutta. Number 1, feeling born of eye contact. If you see something with your eye, then eye consciousness, contact and feeling, right? So that feeling is called contact born of eye contact. Then after hearing, you have a contact feeling. So that feeling is called feeling born of ear contact. Similarly, we will have a feeling born of nose contact, feeling born of tongue contact, and feeling born of body contact, and feeling born of mind contact. When you think something, there's a contact, then after that feeling will arise, right? So there are 6 classes of feelings, very, very easy. And we also have 5 types of feeling. In terms of faculty, indriya, so there are 5 types of feeling. So that is nothing new. We already learned in the first chapter. Number 1 is Sukha Vedana. Feeling caused by physical pleasure. When you have a physical pleasure, physically, when you encounter pleasure with your body or with the physical one, then feeling will arise. That's called Sukha Vedana. Feeling caused by physical pain. When you have a pain in your body, so that will be Dukkha Vedana. Pleasant feeling in your mind, unpleasant feeling in your mind, and neutral feeling in your mind. Altogether, 5. We already learned, right? We already learned. And we have 3 types of feeling. This is quite common. We always say, number 1, in terms of sensation, in terms of sensation in our mind, each feeling is subdivided into 3: pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, or painful feeling, neither painful nor pleasant feeling, or neutral feeling, we call it. 3 types. 3 types of feeling. So I want to quote one sutta from Vedana Sanyutta. The Buddha said that underlying tendency to lust is regard to pleasant feeling. In regard to pleasant feeling, when we have a pleasant experience, lust or lobha likely to happen, potential to happen, if you are not mindful. But even though thing that you experience is good, pleasant, if you are mindful, no lust, no lobha. So therefore, mindfulness or practicing the Noble Eightfold Path is a way to overcome lust. Then the underlying tendency to aversion in regard to painful feeling. When we experience painful things in our body, in our life, the aversion likely to arise. There is a possibility, higher chance, for the rising of aversion in our mind. But when you are mindful, even though your experience is painful, there's no aversion, there's no anger, hatred in your mind. The underlying tendency to ignorance in regard to neither painful nor pleasant feeling. So here, your experience is not very clear. It's a neutral one, or equanimity, upekkha, Then ignorance, avijja, are likely to arise. Not knowing, avijja is not knowing. You have a delusion in your mind, So these are the 3 underlying tendencies what the Buddha taught in the Samyutta Nikaya. Okay, I think I will stop here. If you have a question, maybe one question if you want. Okay, nobody went. Then let's call it a day. Yo varatam bhavaro manu Jesu sakyamuni bhagava Gattakecho paragato bala viriya samangi tan sukatan saranata mupemi raga viraga maninja masokan Dhamma masanga Dhamma patikulan Madura mimam baguna suvipadan Dhamma saranatamu Yata chadena Mahapalamahu Chattu Sisu Purisa Yugesu Attacha Pogala Dhammadasate Sangami Mansara Natamu Pemi Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you.